So you can see me, right?
I can't see your hat though.
You've seen it a million times. I wear this
What is
one a
it?
lot.
It's a squid. I don't think I've ever seen that hat in my life. What?
Nothing.
It's like a dog and bones.
It's a rabbit.
It's a rabbit?
It's like a killer rabbit.
What's it from?
This is actually I think it's the most expensive hat, most money I've ever spent on a hat. Like, I bought it my friend got married down in Key West a few years ago.
Oh yeah.
And he had to do stuff during the day, like get pictures taken and all that stuff. So while he was doing that, I just wandered around Key West and I went into a store and they had this hat and I bought it. And I think it was like in the neighborhood of $70 or something like that.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. And then just yesterday, it's funny that you're talking. Just yesterday, I spent $50 on a hat yesterday.
Wow.
I've never spent $100 on a hat, I don't think.
What makes that hat a $70 hat?
It came with $61 bills inside of it.
Yeah, is it like made of a really nice material?
Yeah, it is sort of a felty,
What's it
like
made
a
of?
Major League Baseball hat, that kind of felty material.
Describe what it feels like more in depth.
It's got a nap to it, I would say, like maybe almost like rubbing your fingers across the felt on a pool table, but a little more of a nap to it.
All right.
And then it's got a picture of a bunny rabbit's head with like skull and bone or crossbones.
Yeah. What does that stand for? Was that the
I
store?
don't know. It's just a fucking hat that I bought. I don't know. I didn't expect to have to. I should go. You want to call it? I wonder if the place is still open. It's probably there.
What does it say in the hat?
It's just the name of the brand is Psycho Bunny.
So that's what the thing is from. Psycho Bunny.
Yeah, I know.
So you just couldn't say that? That would have been too hard.
Why do we have to? But why are we talking? We're always talking about things that you see. I feel like I don't know if it translates well. Does it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Tell me some things that you hear right now.
I hear something in the background, like just a very faint.
Brennan and Tom. Tom built with Teddy a Lego wrestling ring. And they made up all these Lego the little Lego guys.
That's cool.
So they have like a wrestling league with announcers and they make up stories with the wrestling guys. They get way into it. They have like stories and stuff. And
I was watching wrestling maybe 2 nights ago. I was out shooting pool and wrestling was on.
Friday night it's on.
I think it was Friday night. Yeah. It's very,
my brother said it wasn't a very good episode.
I don't know what constitutes a good one, but
Yep.
the fighting just looks so fake. I'm not saying they don't put themselves through torture, but the fights are so obviously fake. It's hard to get out of that. Like when they get thrown around, you're like, well, that guy obviously didn't throw him that hard.
It's like an action movie.
I don't know. I think the more entertaining part is like just the guys themselves, you know?
Sure. Yeah, it's like it's built up. Some of the matches are better. Like it's how close it is, right? It's like,
I really want.
pin him.
I want next time we get together in Florida, I want to try to find I think there's a decent amount of amateur or lower league wrestling people
In Florida, there is, yeah.
So I'd like to
I
find
think
one and
there's
go
a
to
lot
it
of
with you.
there's a lot of drugs in Florida, so wrestlers. Did you do it in that hat that you're wearing?
No, I did it in the one that I bought yesterday. I bought a hat for paddleboarding. I bought like a full brim sun hat, like a lifeguard hat.
Oh wow!
I was up in Stewart. My friend Matt was here, and we went out and had dinner, and we walked around in Stewart, and I bought a hat.
What kind of hat? Like what brand is that?
The hat is made by Peter Grimm, and it's like it says it's a Grateful Dead collaboration.
And it's like sun for your son?
It's got I wore it like we went out paddling today, and I wore it. You know, it's got like a full maybe 6
You're holding
inch
your
brim
arms
or
out
something
really
like that.
wide there. How'd the
I
brim
was
like?
doing my fingers. It was my fingers. Like, focus on my fingers.
I didn't know if the brim like went out to like as far as you could reach.
Oh, maybe you can't see. No, but it is huge. But I like it.
It's like a tent, like sort of like a tent hat.
Like a head tent. Yeah. And I look like I work on a rice paddy, basically.
Nice.
But it's got Grateful Dead stuff on it.
I need a hat like that.
It's cool. I should get you one. They do a Peanuts. I looked up his website today, and he has a bunch of hats that he did with Peanuts. Got Charlie Brown stuff. I want to get my mom one. My mom likes Snoopy.
Okay.
I'll get you a Charlie Brown. Well, the Charlie Brown ones were cool.
It's cool.
Oh, good times.
Do you know it's we haven't been introducing the show lately,
Yeah,
so
good job.
Should I do it?
Yes.
Did you know what day it is?
I don't like Sunday nights in the mag room. Although I feel I'm ready to talk tonight.
Sunday night in the mag. I know you don't because you have work tomorrow, right?
Wait, no, but say it again. Finish it up.
Well, you just said it. You said I don't like Sunday nights in the mag room.
All around the world you can hear them. Hey, hey, hey. Talking about news and kind of funny stuff. Hey, hey, hey. Mag room. Mag room. The mag room. The mag room.
So you get some stuff, you said.
I did?
You
About
said
what?
you're ready
Things to
to
talk
you
about?
said you're ready to talk.
Oh, yeah. I meant maybe respond is what I should have said. I did bring something. So, all right. It's Sunday night in the mag room. What day, what year, what day is it? What date is it?
April 15th?
Oh, well, it's
16th?
not, right? It's
April
16th.
16th?
I always, whenever we're going to do this, I look at what the date is. I see if there's any like
Something about
holidays.
tax day?
So I did prepare a little something, but for some reason, I don't even know why, but I did April 15th and today is April 16th. So I'm a day off. I don't know if that ruins the bid or not.
Well, you don't have to tell anyone.
Right, we could just pretend it's April 15th.
Yeah.
So did you get
You
your
could
taxes
just say,
in today,
hey,
Jared?
Mark, it's the 15th. Saturday
April
the
15th in the mag room. Anyway, yeah. So April 15th, I googled it. It's a bunch of things. Obviously, tax day, right? It's the day that insulin was released to the general public. It's a bunch of McDonald's was founded.
How was that rolled out? Like, hey, it's insulin, everybody.
But today's also today being yesterday, the April 15th day.
Yes, it's 15th. Remember?
April 15th, right? Yeah, as we don't even need to say over and over again.
No, why would you even doubt it's any day but April 15th?
April 15th, tax day. But the Titanic sunk in, I believe it was 1912 on April 15th.
Holy smokes, a lot of stuff happened today.
Right. So I thought everybody knows the Titanic. I wanted to see if there were any other cool shipwrecks that happened because of icebergs. So I printed out two that I thought might have some interesting things you might want
Did
to
they
talk
all
about.
happen on April 15th?
Neither of which, these ones happened on April 16th. So these ones did happen today, both of them. Tomorrow. Right. Yes. Why'd I even say that?
I don't know. You it out.
God damn it.
Good
Okay.
thing you edited it out.
Right. The MS Hans Hedtoft was a Danish cargo passenger liner that struck an iceberg and sank on January 30th, or April 15th, 1959, on her maiden voyage off the coast of Western Greenland. The only piece of wreckage ever found was a life belt. As of 2023, she remains the last known ship sunk by an iceberg with casualties. 271 feet long.
It was also on its maiden voyage.
On her maiden voyage.
Why is maiden the first one?
Because girls are pretty.
Yeah, but what after the maiden one? What do you become?
Slut. It's the slut voyage. The tramp. The skank. On her skank. On the most skanky of voyages.
You voyaged more than once?
Yeah. What's it? Your 60-second voyage?
Oh.
You f***ing tramp.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Oh, look at the fair maiden on her. And as she sinks, you're like, I should have taken one of the sluts.
They always know what they're doing.
Man.
So never go on a maiden voyage.
And oops.
If you're like, hey, Jarrod, I just got this new boat. I want to go out with you on Florida. I'm going to be like, nope.
Maiden
Go on the
voyage,
second
and
one.
like the Titanic, Hans Hedtoft was said to be the safest ship afloat, being described as unsinkable by some.
Yeah.
So if it's,
you're like, Jarrod, there's no way this boat's going to sink on this
I know
maiden
it's the
voyage."
first time, but I know for a fact that this thing is unsinkable. There's some reason
Well,
for
the
it.
good thing with global warming, all the icebergs are melting.
Yeah,
So one good thing,
less of these horrible.
won't be any more
Can you
maiden
imagine being in a?
voyages.
Can you imagine being in a ship that's sunk in freezing water? What if you
Oh.
die? How quickly? It's got to be awful.
You die quick, I bet.
Hopefully. But the only thing they ever found was the first thing said a life belt. This one says a life buoy. Washed ashore on Iceland and was discovered on April 15th. No, October 7th, 1959, 9 months after the ship sank.
How do they never find the ship, though?
I don't know.
The ocean's not that big, is it?
But it's freezing. I don't know. Maybe it's hard to get equipment down there. And I don't know.
Was there some story behind it? Did somebody want to be never found?
Hans Hedtoft himself.
Oh, he was on the boat?
The namesake of the ship.
Well,
No, he wasn't. I don't know.
Who is Hans Hedtoft?
He was a cartoon character that the guy who wrote the ship really liked.
Sound like a cartoon character.
He was wacky.
Hey!
Hans, don't go
Hans
running on the
Hedtoft.
ice. Don't go running across the icy river, Hans.
And he always smashed into stuff.
I watched Gilligan's Island today. That's all the skipper ever did was like walk into things, fall over Gilligan, knock his head against things. Coconuts fell on him all the time.
I used to love that show.
I think that's interesting. It's such a
When I was a
simple
child,
show. Yeah,
I watched it every episode because it was on syndication. I just
Dude, the
watched
one today was crazy. All right, so
Wait, was it color or black and white?
color. And it's weird, it's too vibrant. They obviously like remastered.
Because the first season I think was black and white, and then it went to color.
But the one so
Somebody always shows up.
yeah,
That's
and then they
not
just
on
leave.
the boat, and then they're like,
why don't they
"Well,
ever
help
do
us
what
get
that guy
off."
did?
And
Well,
then
so the
have-
guy who showed up. All right, so this is gonna be a very quick. I had to get this off my chest. So they're listening to the radio, and they have a radio that works. They can't be that far from civilization anyway. He hears the radio report. Thurston Howell III has been saved. Thurston Howell is still on the island, the millionaire.
Yes.
But on the radio, they say that he's been saved and he's come back to run his company. And
So
So
Thurston
third-
Howell gets pissed. And then Lovey gets in a tizzy.
sure, Lovey did get into a tizzy. She was overreacting. It's like you saw
Marianne
this one.
bakes some muffins.
No, Ginger was so much hotter than
And
Marianne.
then
I hate people that say Marianne was the,
Ginger hits on Gilligan.
she was fine, man. And but then so the guy who was impersonating Thurston Howell on the land in California, I
Gets
guess,
stranded on the island.
he ends up on the island. He goes on a cruise, his ship thing, and then he swims up, and then he impersonates. And all he does to impersonate the guy is he hits him on the head with a coconut, and the millionaire, the real millionaire, gets knocked out. He drags him like 8 feet away,
Yep.
and then he just sits in his chair and he doesn't really do much. They find out who's who, and he just swims off. And then they on the radio, the guy was apprehended, and they found out he was impersonating. Like, it made no sense at all. Like, why did any of those things happen? Why did
When they have swam off.
and chased him and presumably been rescued? The guy got rescued, and I don't know, it was dumb.
Some
You know
say
what?
it's a allegory for purgatory. They're all in purgatory and they can't get out. It's very deep stuff.
Also started with an H. This one was called the Hannah. It was a brig launched at Norton, New Brunswick, Canada in 1826. She transported emigrants from Canada during the Irish famine. She's known for the terrible circumstances of her 1849 shipwreck, in which the captain and 2 officers left the sinking ship aboard the only lifeboat, leaving passengers and the rest of the crews to fend for themselves.
Oh boy.
It set sail from Newry, Ireland on Tuesday, April 3rd, 1849, with a crew of 12 under its 23-year-old master, Curry Shaw, 23 years old, transporting mainly agricultural laborers and their families. The exact number of passengers is difficult to determine as the ship's list was lost, but it was around 180. According to the documentary Famine and Shipwreck, an Irish Odyssey, which I couldn't find, ship's doctor...
Sounds like a feel-good story.
Yeah. Ship's doctor William Graham with the crackers, later accused Shaw of several times slipping into the bunks of unmarried young women during the voyage.
Oh.
The ship encountered heavy winds and a quantity of floating ice on April 27th. At 4 a.m. on April 29th, the Hannah struck a quote-unquote reef of ice, which punched a hole in the hull. When they found that there was no hope of saving the ship, Shaw ordered the ship's ship's carpenter to hammer shut the after hatch, trapping the passengers below. But another seaman wrenched it open. Shaw and his first and second officers then fled in the only lifeboat. Dr. Graham asserted that he swam after them, but was held at bay by Shaw swinging a cutlass. So the guy got on the lifeboat. Somebody else jarred the door open. People jumped in freezing cold water to chase after the only lifeboat, and this guy's swinging at them with a sword.
So how do we have Dr. Graham's account?
So the remaining crewmen helped the passengers onto an IceFlow next to the bow. The ship sank in 40 minutes. A strong gale was blowing, and there was sleet. Some went down with the Hannah, others slipped and fell into the cold water, while some made it to safety. Bark, Nicaragua, under the command of Captain William Marshall, appeared the next day and picked up either 127 or 129 survivors.
Oh, wow.
So all this crazy shit was going on, and then somebody just happened to go by. I don't know
What
if
happened
that
to the captain after that?
Nothing. That was really nothing, but...
He didn't go to jail or anything?
So he just said that they were lying. It said that Shaw and the other 2 officers were rescued by the Margaret Pollock, that's the name of a ship, and reached Quebec. The Ballina Chronicle reported that a charge was laid against these 3 guys of their being guilty of one of the most revolting acts of inhumanity that can be conceived. However, according to Famine and Shipwreck, that movie we just talked about, Shaw successfully defended himself by casting doubt on the testimony of Graham and others and escaped punishment. So
The charge is pretty high one to say there. What was the charge? One of the most disgusting things ever done.
Revolting acts of inhumanity that can be conceived.
Maybe they should have went with like a lower charge than that.
Like,
because all he had to prove that it was not the most revolt. He's like, I can think of a lot of revolting. Jury's like, well, yeah, I guess there are other revolting.
Look,
things.
I'm not saying I'm not a piece of shit. Yeah, I don't know. That was pretty. If it's true, it's a pretty crazy. Crazy shipwreck story.
Wow, it's amazing people even lived. Could you imagine being 24 hours on an IceFlow and like freezing your...
And your clothes are wet, I assume.
You have no clothes, you have no food, you have no clothes. You're just miserable. Those people were tougher than we were. We are.
Yeah, you always say that about...
That's true, though.
I'm tougher than you are, though.
Maybe, but...
I could survive on an IceFlow.
Yeah, you'd be done.
No way. I'd be like, gather around me.
I have the heat of 20 men.
I generate heat like a kerosene heater.
Young lasses, all gather around me. I will help you.
Gather around my penis.
What?
I don't know. I just thought the IceFlow thing.
This meant body heat.
I know. That's what I meant too. You said lasses. I don't know. I'm still a man. I mean, I'm stuck on an IceFlow, but I'm still a man. I can't give in to temptation every once in a while.
Once in a while, I think you'd be thinking about surviving, having some gang orgy on an IceFlow. Doesn't seem very fun. Or what you'd be on your mind. It seems fun. I mean, if it was like a video for like an 80s metal band, like an IceFlow. You're on an IceFlow and there's a bunch of maidens. That might be fun. Didn't you see that? Like Whitesnake or Extreme?
IceFlow.
Yeah, that would be a good song too. Then we came to the IceFlow.
Stuck on an IceFlow, baby.
And we'll never be cold again.
Do you know what boots and cats are? Laying down the boots and cats?
I know foots. I don't know boots.
When you beatbox, you go boots and cats. And
you learned how to
beatbox?
Boots
and cats. No, I just learned what boots and cats are. Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. That's like how you start beatboxing. And then
who did you learn that from?
It was on NPR today. It was like she was some girl that was the best beatboxer in the world.
They had an NPR beatbox story?
She was on Wait, Don't Tell Me. She was one of the guest panelists on Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Boots and cats and boots and cats. What else did you do this weekend? Anything besides read about shipwrecks?
I ate German food. My friend Matt came up and we went out and had German food.
Is it a good German place? Do they have like 3-foot beers? And did you have some? What'd you have to eat?
Rouladen.
Oh, I don't know that.
It is beef, like pieces of picture like do you remember what ho-hos were? The snack
chocolate
food?
Rolls?
So picture a ho-ho, but instead of chocolate and cream, it's beef as the chocolatey rolly part. And then inside it's like there's bacon, mustard, pickle, like a pickle spear.
Oh, it sounds good.
There's maybe a little something else. Maybe
ho-hos should have been made like that.
Beef ho-hos, yeah. And it comes in like a nice gravy. And
that was a good gravy. I like gravy.
We got potato pancakes as an appetizer. So I wanted the red cabbage and whatever the mixed vegetables were. And they brought the mixed vegetables, but they just brought me some other potato ball thing, which was good, but I didn't want to eat two different sets of potatoes. Yeah.
You got sluggish later.
No. So all I had were shipwrecks.
Yeah.
Shipwrecks, German food. It's
no good
raining
stories?
right now.
Anybody
It's
in
raining.
your store?
What else happened to me this week? Bought a new hat. Did I tell you about the hat that I bought?
Big floppy 10 hat? I think you did tell me that.
Yeah, I did tell you about
I went to the mall today.
Ooh.
The
Weeks in a row,
Danbury
we've
Fair
got
Mall.
two mall weeks in a row, 2 mall stories. I can't talk really well tonight.
Well, I was going to say, because I went to the mall. We went to the food court.
Oh, so we got follow-up.
Yeah.
So was it like you remember it?
No. It had gotten really sad.
More corporate?
No, it was weirdly not corporate. I mean, they had a Subway and they had a Chick-fil-A, which was closed because it was Sunday. But they had all these other, like, knockoff places. It was like China Empire and Johnny B Pizza. It was like these places I'd never heard of.
Well, that's
and
okay,
all the
though.
people working at them looked like they were related. Like there was like 6 next to each other, and they all looked like they were from the same family.
The Chinese people and the Italian people?
They weren't. They were not. None of them were Chinese or Italian.
Really?
I don't know what ethnicity they were, but they were different in ethnicity than Chinese or Italian.
So the Chinese restaurant was being run by like white people or
no? I would
Latino?
say
Latino guys like Chinese food. I bet it could be a Latino place.
yeah, maybe. They ran all of them. They were running the pizza place.
The whole family.
They actually were working in the Subway too.
Wonder how they did
There used to be a McDonald's in the food court. That was gone. When does McDonald's get out?
It's supposed to be a powerful family.
Yeah, they had so much sales that McDonald's closed. They made
So this one
McDonald's close.
family pretty much owns the whole food court at the Danbury Fair Mall.
Yeah, I mean, I don't bet they don't own Chick-fil-A, but most of the other places.
I wonder when, yeah, but they're gonna. I mean, it sounds like they can get McDonald's out. They can get Chick-fil-A out of there.
Yeah, and then Saturday we went on a wildflower walk.
Oh, okay.
So at first, I was like, oh, this will just be nice to get a hike.
You guys are like the Waltons. You just always have these wholesome stories. I love it.
I didn't
Makes
think
me like
it would be,
your family gives me hope in humanity, Jarrod.
There you go. You should just hang out with us. All we do is yell.
I know, it's yelling at each other. Fucking flowers.
But no, on the walk, everybody was good. I was fascinated by it. It's like this month, different ones bloom, and they don't bloom for very long. And you could just find them all. Like you just walk along the path, and they're like, "Oh, there's a bloodroot. There's a bloodroot."
Tell me what a bloodroot is.
It's a flower.
Is there anything interesting about it?
Say that, Michelle, again.
Daisy,
Looks like a daisy.
but when you cut into the root, it's like red
Oh,
blood.
when you cut into the root, it's bloody red.
Then you
Okay.
got what the Dutchman's breeches,
Is that the?
the white one that looks like the Dutchman's breeches, little pants, like little
Oh, breeches?
breeches. Yeah, Dutchman's breeches.
Dutchman's breeches. We'll go back to
The
breeches.
store. Does Michelle pronounce the word breeches?
I think she did say breeches.
She's Spanish?
The coolest one I saw was, do you know what a doodle bug is?
No.
So if you ever see the sandy area and you see like a little circle in the sand, like tiny, like maybe a bottle cap size,
Okay.
that's in the middle of the circle most likely is a doodle bug, and it's like a spider. And it's what's the other name for it, Michelle? An ant lion, which is a much cooler name than a doodle bug.
Yeah, they're totally opposite. One sounds cute and one
Yeah.
sounds vicious.
And if the lady said if you put an ant in there, literally the spider, it's a spider, puts its venom in the ant and then sucks out its digestive organs.
That's hot.
So Emma found an ant, put it in there, and the thing just, you saw it do it and sucked
Really?
the things out. It was fascinating. Yeah, it was at this place called Bartholomew's Cobble, which has this stone makeup and a bunch of different, like some parts are sunny, some parts are shaded. So it has like all these different types of flowers. So the lady walked us around. She told a lot of good stories.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
How do you find stuff like that?
I bet all over your area there's
I know, but
stuff
how
like
do you find stuff like that?
Michelle knew this lady from work.
It's because I Googled, Matt was coming up yesterday, and I looked on like,
You
I was
looked
like, I
up
want to find something.
wildflower talks?
Well, I was willing to do kind of, because I've told him before, and he said it today. I want to, like we talked about with Emma, I want to try, I want to go bird watch.
Yeah. So
And I
look
just never,
for
like-
the areas like the off. There's an Audubon.
Yeah. I know it's out there. I don't know. It's
You got to throw your email in, and then they'll just email you stuff when it comes up.
like our email. I could put our email in there.
I don't want to get them.
And then you could remind me about stuff.
If you're in Orlando again, you should have come with us. We went on the Orlando wetlands,
Yeah.
bird wetlands. It was amazing. It was
Dude, I never had any interest at all in birds before I moved to Florida. Now I'm always just like staring at
yeah. We walked around. It was like
I mean,
a mile walk around.
I still get work done and
And
stuff
we
like
said-
that.
You're just like,
We were driving through, and Matt noticed it too. We were driving to the German place last night, actually, and right in the middle of an island that separates two sides of the road, we're driving by, and I was just looking out the window, and this bird, it felt like it. This is gonna sound kind of crazy, but but it felt like it made eye contact with me, and it made this noise. It went like meow.
so
And
is your
I turned
spirit animal.
I turned and looked at Matt, and he goes, "Did that thing just say something to you?" I'm like, "You thought it too?" He's like, "Yeah, it looked like it was like talking to you.
What would you think it would say to you?
Maybe it was, I don't know.
It's like you're gonna get both kinds of potatoes tonight. Watch out.
You should beware of the. No, maybe it was warning me about something. I don't know,
Wow.
or just maybe it was telling me like, yeah, try to like remind the guy that you don't want the second thing of potatoes. You're
Have
gonna
you
say it.
wasted your one communication with an animal? And they had
Probably
the future, and they told you about your potato order.
I mean, that's still pretty impressive, isn't it?
We went. Michelle went to we was in Zoom. You know, when you were COVID, everybody was Zooming talks a lot. So a guy did a bird talk about his book. He wrote a book about the year at his house of just watching birds and the different birds he saw, and there were cool pictures. So Emma read the book and then wrote him. And he said,
cool.
"Yeah, why don't you and your family come to my house?" And so we went to
To
his
the
house.
basement. Why don't you guys come into the basement of my house?
He actually wouldn't let us inside because of COVID, so we sat on his deck. But at one point, he opened his car door and had this tape of bird calls, and he put the tape on,
And birds started coming.
and literally like 100 birds came
Really?
when he played the tape. And I was like, this is like a weird Mary Poppins movie or something. Fed up by the enormous pothole in his Los Angeles neighborhood, Arnold Schwarzenegger picked up a shovel and filled it himself. The actor and former California governor tweeted a video Tuesday of him and a helper using packaged concrete to repair the road in the Brentwood area. Today, should I try to do his accent?
Yep.
Today, after the whole neighborhood has been upset about the giant pothole that has been screwing up cars and bicycles for weeks, I went out with my team and fixed it.
Wow.
I always say, let's not complain. Let's do something about it. Here you go.
Well, that's
And
cool.
then- but
Would have
then
been cooler
later
if he didn't post a video of himself doing it on Twitter.
Yeah, first of all, also him and his team. Like, does he have some team on call for whatever he wants to do? That's pretty cool, right?
I mean, whatever it is, I'm sure it's not hard for Arnold Schwarzenegger to scare up a couple of people to help him do
He's
that.
like, he just calls you up. It's like, and
Yeah.
finally, Arnold invited me to his house. I'm going over his house.
Grab a shovel.
We're gonna hang
Grab
out.
a shovel, Mark.
But then he got mad. Like he said, don't complain about it. Then later he wrote,
Why are you
you have
complaining?
to do it yourself. This is crazy. For 3 weeks, I've been waiting for the hole to be closed.
Why wasn't anybody but me worried about the concrete?
You're going back into your ship, guy.
My Somali
Yeah,
pirate.
you're a Somali pirate. Would have been better if he just did it and someone else sneaky videoed him.
You would have gotten filmed anyway, Arnold.
Maybe if he
See,
has
Arnold
time, he
Schwartz-
should just keep doing it.
2023. If you see Arnold Schwarzenegger, somebody would have taken that video.
Can't we have rich
And
retired
posted it.
people who have too much money? Maybe they can just fill up some holes. There's a lot of holes in the road around here.
It'd be cool if they were all ex-action stars, though. Like, I'd want maybe...
Your road, who would you get? You get...
I like that one scene from that Jean-Claude Van Damme movie when he's eating in the diner. It was so bad that I like it's good.
You'd probably get like
Future
Seagal on your
Cop
road.
or something. I can't remember the name.
Time Cop?
No, I don't want Seagal. I don't want Steve. He's a pompous dick.
He'd be on your street. He'd
No,
be
he
filling
wouldn't.
up your potholes.
I'd kick him. I'd be like, get out of here. And I'd fight him.
Then he'd chop you in the neck.
I've only heard dickhead stories about that guy.
Yeah, instead of that, remember the movie Stallone did?
Expendables?
Yeah, it had old action stars. Instead, he just got them together to fill potholes in the road.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You
Yeah,
guys
I'll just
literally
go-
are expendable. I could just get somebody else to do this. Anybody would fill a pothole if I
Who would
paid
be
them.
the worst action star for filling up potholes? Probably Van Damme, I bet.
I bet it would be hard to get any. If
Bruce
I, like,
Willis has brain damage now. He probably wouldn't be very...
He could just supervise or something.
You want him to be the supervisor?
We're just doing a good job. Like, just nod. Like, hey,
I
you're doing
see.
a good job. I
Hey,
don't know.
everybody.
He wants. I'm sure he wants to be involved in some way.
You could just keep saying yippee-ki-yay.
Yay,
Yippee-ki-yay. Pothole.
it's not just a pothole.
This is crazy. What is that accent?
I don't know.
We have bad accents. You had a good
Terrible.
one.
Thanks.
I think I got it the last sentence, but the first one, it was sort of like I was doing like Frank
You went in and
Sinatra,
out
I
of.
think.
You went in and out of doing a pretty decent. Yeah.
I was doing Frank
Schwarzenegger.
Sinatra. All right. Anything else you got, or
No. Let's say we wrap it up.
all right? Produced
by.
Steven Seagal.
Oh, okay.
Theme song by Mega Yellocks.
Yeah, it's our house band.
Email
Email
us.
Muga&Cisco@gmail.com.
We love all your
hearing
emails.
all your
They're
Instagram.
fantastic.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Thanks for writing in, everybody. You're the best.
Instagram and Twitter still exist.
Yep, that's still big.
We love
Donna
doing it.
likes
It's
that.
fun.
Donna follows us on Instagram.
Thanks to everyone. We have a new logo. Check out our
that
new
is,
logo.
Yeah, we did do a new
Mark
logo.
spent $10,000 on it, so see how it came out.
Thanks all 6 of you for listening for the past year.
You always turn everyone off at the end. You're so cheery at the beginning, and then
Oh yeah. I feel like if I get this mad and I beg you, you can't even just do it for
It's
that reason.
interesting at the
Make
beginning
me stop doing it.
when we get like newer listeners. They email at the beginning and then they stop.
Remember that
Even though
one
they
guy
still
wrote in
listen.
like that one guy that was in Virginia wrote like real stuff. you
Yeah,
know?
what happened
And
to
I think
him?
we kind of listened to. I don't know. You still out there, Greg? Whatever your name is, I don't know.
Yeah, you wonder why no one emails us.
You know I love you. You know this is my way of I can't love for real. I don't have the ability
Yeah, you
to
don't
do
know how
that.
to do that.
But I can do this. I can try to push you away, but hope that you feel that I'm really trying to pull you in.
It seems
you know?
like it's worked for you your whole life.
That's how I got here, this hit show. I got to be the co-host of a podcast that 6 people listen to.
I think we just talked.
And I keep spending money on stuff, buying logos and t-shirts. What's wrong with me?
You always say you want to quit, and then
For
next you
punishment.
buy a logo. You're like, I'm quitting, and then you buy a logo.
Yeah.
Next time you quit, I wonder what you'll do.
Glutton for punishment.
You're gonna hire someone to do a video shoot of us or something. You're gonna buy a commercial for the Super Bowl
That's
or
what I'll
something
do.
like that.
That would be cool.
You spent like $6 million on a 30-second Magnum commercial for the Super Bowl.
Think that would work? Would that make people listen to us? That would be a pretty good test to see if we're any good.
You
right?
would definitely get like 1 million people to listen to one episode. How much is a Super Bowl commercial? So 30 seconds was $7 million.
Wow, you were really close, Jarrod. I can't believe I thought it would be more than that. Okay.
Wow, see, there you go. We're already doing it.
We're in the right trail
I
already.
probably have about $100 I could pitch in. So
I could easily do $100 towards it.
yeah. So we got 200 bucks. All right, and everybody should put down their phone this week. And remember, stick with the mag room. Everything else will be cream cheese.
Bye, everybody.
Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. The my groom's good. Ooh. Ooh, I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good.
Boots. Cats. Boots. Cats. Boots. Cats. Boots. Boots. Cats. Cats.
I don't know boots.
Boots. Boots. Cats. Cats. Boots. Boots. Cats. Cats.
I know foots.
Hey-o.
Boots. Cat. Cats.
Is that your spirit animal? And we'll never be cold again.